Hey everybody, and welcome back to the live stream. Today we're going to be talking about the path forward and the new James Bond film and the awesome cars that you can see in that movie. So it's going to be a good one. We'll be right back after the intro. Hey everybody, and welcome back. This is Carside Chat, and this is your host, Primo, which I have this new cool little logo area in here that I'm going to be showing off. Hopefully that shows up. We got to work with some of the stuff here. I am really getting used to the new platform, but this is the new showroom, and everybody was wondering about, what was the big deal with it? What was, came out of it? This was something that we'd been working on for quite some time now. It actually started pretty much earlier in the year. We wanted to do something that was a little bit better, that really kind of identified with what we were doing as a group. So the thing that I wanted to go over with this, before we do that, obviously like and subscribe, hit that bell icon. Just looked at that today. 96% of you guys out there are not subscribed to this. I thought that was kind of amazing. But yeah, so what I wanted to do was first is kind of go into that. And I may actually talk about this a little bit more. A lot of people like discussing this stuff, and I don't get too much into the craziness of it all. Like just I don't want to whine. I don't want to complain. I don't like doing any of that stuff. You have to realize that this is the kind of industry where you get a lot of people who talk big games. They want to be involved in something. You get something like, Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. And people get attached to some successful things, and they want to be part of that success, but they don't want to put in any work. So what we wanted to do was I wanted to get something that was going to really go to the people who really supported me, and the people that I've supported. And we built this awesome studio. It happened in January. I had a cool guy that didn't have a lot of time to work on our website. Gave people opportunities, and some of that we could say some of those were mistakes and some of them weren't. But that was the thing, is you're going to see some of these changes as we move over to, if you can see the new shirt with the Society, the Executive Automotive Society, which is the new plan going on here. This is basically the Christian voyage of this. It's going to be something you guys out there want to see it on podcast. You're going to see it on a podcast format. There's going to be effectively some big changes there. So it is what it is. But that's the thing is why I got into this was really to promote an automotive community and a community that basically held together, and see all the options and the things that I have really gleaned from this kind of thing that I'm doing here. It's been a long drawn out process, and things have happened. It's probably 30, 40 years or something like that I've been doing with cars, and started with when I was a kid. Working with my grandfather and working on his, I think it was T model. That was just something that was very defining for me. I wish I had been able to spend a lot more time with him, and a lot more time in cars. That's the thing is you kind of look at that stuff and say, if I go back and I change things, I might actually change things for the worse. So I don't want to complain about those things. And like I was saying before, you get into this and it's a learning experience. It's something that, we did this too, to kind of promote all you guys to be able to do things. And I'm seeing a lot of you guys get into this and kind of grow and flourish and, jump into it. Some guys want to do this stuff themselves. It is what it is. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is when people make promises they can't keep. And that's the thing is you get a lot of people with bluster here. But like I said, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to do any of that. We are just moving forward with what is now going to be, I guess you could say, the death of aggressive design. I don't want to say it's dead, because I want to do more with the media side of it and do more with production and some of that stuff. I don't know if that's something that's going to be basically public or it'll be private, but this I want to be the front facing stuff. And that means we're going to be changing the logos. The website's almost done. Hopefully, I'm thinking we're kind of really in the final stretch of that. But yeah, that's the way it is. And that's the thing is, at the end of the day, I could bash people. I could question their actions. I could do a lot of stuff right now, but that would just put me right back here succeeding without them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to succeed without them. And One news, I don't know if I can do it now. I keep getting new stuff that comes up. I want to do this once a week at least. We may do this more. I don't know. It'll be based on time and wherewithal, and if I have to offload some other stuff to basically be able to do what I'm doing now. So let's see how that works, but it is what it is. One thing I did want to go over in one of the later shows is the new Countach stuff. Tons of stuff with this. Lamborghini just spent 25,000 hours rebuilding the first ever Countach. If you don't have a chance to look it up, look it up. It's been amazing looking at the process of this. You just be part of the Lamborghini thing. The stuff that they're doing right now is really, I don't think we'll ever see this again for a ton of time. And I don't like people missing out on that. So that's a big deal. So yeah, if you have a chance to do that, yeah, keep up with it. But today was, as a sponsor, I have Gold Leaf soap. This is the artesian soap. This is the first one. This is a really cool soap. It's custom designed. It's got gold printing on it. You can see the gold leaf symbol on it. I'm really excited about this. I'm kind of like, I'm going to try to get it as close as I can so you can see it. We're going to get something with a commercial with these guys to put it on, but I did want to get them out right now. It will be on the Executive Automotive Society's shop page, and we're going to have a post up for that. But if you have a chance to go to our Facebook page, Executive Automotive Society, there actually has a link for that to be sold there. And we have we posted something on Instagram too. So feel free to do that. We're also going to be, any of this stuff is going to be on all the different platforms. So I'm going to try to do as much with the podcast side of it. So some of you guys out there, if I'm saying stuff that you don't see pictures of it, like you said, go to the Facebook page. We'll have some of the links out there, and those will be good. So I can see where this is going to go. A lot of the stuff we're doing this popping fresh today. So I'm kind of like weirded out by it, but that's the thing is I'm very excited about the new moves, the stuff that's going on. We already have the design made for new shirts, new everything. I want to make sure we go out to shows and really kind of get this stuff out to you guys so you have an opportunity to see it. So I don't know. We got some stuff with commercials and junk that we're really working on, but I didn't want to wait anymore. I wanted October 1st to be like our first launch date, and here's the Monday, and I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not waiting on anybody else. We're going to do this. We're getting big with it. If you want to be part of it, then jump on board. If you don't want to be on part of it, get ready to get run over. So, so the first thing we came out was No Time to Die. What an exciting time. This film has been delayed over and over again, tons of times, and it was really weird. Like, I don't know how to say. I don't want to spoil anything because there's a lot to it that's very specific to the movie that, like I said, it's very cool, but it's in the same respect, you know what I mean? When Quantum really got its thing, and it was having some difficulty taking off. And that's the thing is I wanted to see the Alfa really go, get to that next level. When the first chase scene breaks open, here's all the Alfa Romeo 159s out there. It really excited me to see them, and they were rolling top end with the Aston Martin. Sorry, and it was just, I don't know, that was killer. The next one was Casino Royale, and that was the Aston Martin DBS V12. At the end of it, he had all the stuff. I mean, there's so many nice cars in that movie. I mean, if you're going to make a statement with the first movie to say, hey, what's going to get Primo on board with it, that is it right there. All the nice cars. So Aston Martin DBS V12 was the casino car. So now we're going to go into the real, I want to say the iconic stuff that really set him apart for this last movie, and the No Time to Die cars, if you will. So what should you really be looking out for when you turn this movie on? These are the cars, and we're going to go a little bit into them so you can really just enjoy these. Number 5, I'm going to go backwards 5-1 here. Number 5 was the Jaguar XF. Jaguars, they had a really cool, and I don't know if they still do it, or I haven't seen it in a while, but they had a really cool advertising campaign one time that said, it's good to be bad. And that has become such a staple for Jaguar when it comes to, especially the Bond movies. Jaguar just continued to show up in them. And it was something that was really cool about that they actually made that route, that they were in it. They made the fight. They were always, I don't know if they were always bad guys. They had some of the the good guy cars, if you will. But when Jaguar came out as the bad guy, they did not let up. They gave Aston a run for the money for this movie. I almost had thought, like, the old Bonds, they jumped over to the BMWs. I thought for sure that was what we were going to get. We're going to get that flip moment where it's like, okay, that was it. Now we're over to the new era, and the new era is, hey, this is Jaguar now versus Aston Martin. But I think Aston Martin is staple for Bond, so I don't think we can ever take that away from him. But number 4, look out on the bridge scene. I hope you guys who know what your cars saw the Maserati Quattroporte. It was an older version, but man, seeing that Trident logo, the way it shows in the film, like I said, I don't want to give too much away from it, but it was amazing seeing to have that Quattroporte just fly over, and you saw that. I was like, I knew what that car was the moment I saw it. It was unmistakable, but it was a very cool car, very old, and it's very exciting. So the next one, number 3, I don't know if you guys jumped out at this, but the Land Rover Defender. The Land Rover Defender has just been a well-loved car for so long. So many people dig this car, and just they're so into it. And I you can't not be into it. And when they started I remember was actually working with Range Rover dealership, Range Rover Land Rover at the time, and you get calls all the time about people just, hey, the new Defender coming? When is the Defender coming? They were highly imported cars. There was a lot of story behind the whole Defenders and everything. So having that car come to the U.S. was great. But now to have it as the James Bond car, not only did it become the James Bond car, but it became the real life 007. So there's only 300 of this limited edition V8 Bond edition, murdered out with 22-inch wheels. This car is incredible, tons of horsepower. It is a very cool vehicle. So like I said, spot it in the movie. I like the idea that it is murdered out, so it's a totally blacked out like car. So yeah, if you wanted to get one of the 300, I'm sure it's not a cheap car by any means, but I always think the Defender is a car that I would recommend to people just for the fun of it. But some of you guys are not Land Rover guys. I know that. So, and cars, there's a lot of SUVs now in the market. So if you don't think about it, but being a limited edition, if you can get your hands on one, hey, check it out. If you get one we can check out, I'm all for it. So number 2, and this is the car that the Nomi character drives. The lady's name, Lashana Lynch, and we saw some interviews from her. I really like her as a person. I mean, Craig is obviously one of the funniest dudes out there. You just love his character. It's so funny to see him being the harsh Bond and then being his natural self, which is a lot more laid back and friendly and everything. But yeah, it is really weird to see like these characters, and they're both the same way. Like Lashana plays a very rough and rugged character in the movie, but I like her character. And the thing is the more you see her in real life, and you actually talk to her in real life or see her interact in real life, it's so much cooler to know that she's the person that basically took over the moniker from Bond. But yeah, that was the thing and it really did well in the movie. So like you said, check it out. But she rode an Aston Martin DBS Superleggera in the movie, and that car just, wow, popped. It was amazing to see this car roll up, and she has the nice, glasses. She has the sunglasses, and very fashionable. That's something, I don't know if we'll ever do this because we usually specifically focus on cars here, but I don't know. There comes a point when I think that we might want to consider doing something with looking into the stuff. Like, we're going to do sunglasses down the road. We've done that before. Ferrari made some amazing sunglasses. I'm hoping that we're going to do something and we can kind of stretch this out and just be like, hey, it's in the movie. She's driving a cool car. Why not do the sunglasses stuff? But I don't know. We have some other shows that we might be adding to this channel. So keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, like I said, hit the like and subscribe button. Come on, guys. 96% of you guys aren't like subscribed. What's wrong with you? All right, so go wherever you got to go. But number 1 in the list, and I mean, is there any doubt what this was going to be? The Aston Martin DB5. And a little bit of history of this car. The first thing that happened, this is kind of Daniel Craig's magic moment when it came to what Daniel Craig was going to be, was him winning the first, I think it was Texas Hold'em at the time, or maybe it was when he was playing secondary game. They played a couple of different games, but definitely I think Texas Hold'em was huge back then, so it's probably the only game they really did. But the guy put his car into the pot in Casino Royale, and the DB5 obviously won. He won that car back. It was bullet-ridden and blown up in 2012's Skyfall, so that was just pieces of it everywhere. It was something, I think, somebody, I don't know why, because I remember seeing it, but it made a return in Spectre at the end of Spectre, so it was basically a rebuilt car that Q had put back together for Bond. I don't know if there was, I can't remember the exact scene or how it was put together now, but I do remember him getting back in the car and then taking off with it. So the car made the return in Spectre in 2015, and now, like I said, it comes back. Now it has Gatling guns, smoke screens. But that's the thing is about the DB5. The DB5 is just, it's one of those cars, it's all about classic look. It is a very classic Aston Martin, and it's a very classic and staple car for Bond. And I think that's something that a lot of these other Bonds didn't really, I don't want to say cater to. I'm going to see if I just stepped on my wire here. That really didn't cater to, but they are, the Bond cars kind of shifted around with the other guys, but it was always that Aston Martin. Now, one car that I want to double back on too was that Bentley was actually the first car that Bond was known for driving. But that's the thing is that's the book Bond. So I kind of think about the movie Bond as being Aston Martin. Has always been Aston Martin. Even when they said the BMW stuff was there, I was like, Aston's his car. It's, it's Aston-esque. Like there's just so much history that he has with Aston that made it kind of polarized to who James Bond in 007 was. And then if we came down to it and built back to that was the idea that the DB5 was the car. So these other Bonds came in and they did some stuff with BMW. They did some other brands. They did a lot of other stuff. Like, yeah, they were all over the place. But that's the thing that Daniel Craig did was throughout the movies, the Daniel Craig Bond really did give a shout out or homage to, like I said, what would be the quintessential Aston Martin and an old school Aston Martin. So there was something really cool about Daniel Craig that was this forward, the future of Bond and what he would be, kind of putting together some of the old campy styleness of maybe the Roger Moore era, and then kind of the over top. I don't know how to say it. What's his name? Sean Connery. That over the top stuff, he just kind of left that behind. And that was what I think really made it a solid brand, that it became something that was kind of steeped in realism while allowed us to be able to play this character and play it over a long period of time while being loyal to the DB5, loyal to Aston Martin, allowing Jaguar, allowing Range Rover, Land Rover to be involved in this, and just kind of making it explode out and get us all involved in this amazing story that got put together. I would love to be able to say where Bond will be in the future. I don't know where he'll be. I'm hoping that we'll be able to see. I hope the future for Bond is a future, that there will be a future for Bond movies in the world. I don't know if he'll be driving an electric Aston. I hope that we'll have a little bit more time to kind of stuff some more movies in here or something, but that's the thing is I kind of think that there's a possibility that in the current climate, the current way our world is, that there may be a point that Bond is just, this is it, Bond is over and we're just going to have to push it up to the next thing. I don't know where it would go from here, but one thing about Bond that we have to kind of salute is the idea that Bond was somebody who was just as important to, I mean, if you want to say from the spy world, the firearms world, to the fashion, to the statements, to the suit, to the gentleman, to something that's stylized that kind of really, it was old school when it comes to cars. And that was the thing is it really did accentuate being able to drive and make the statement that he did over a long period of time. And it was something that I don't think that many people are going to, I don't know if anybody will ever be able to recreate Bond quite the way we've seen it so far. It's going to be a hard act to follow. The stories have all kind of been told. I don't think you can kind of reboot it, and I don't know where you go from here with a story. And that's the other thing. They've already said there won't be a woman Bond, but the idea of making a woman character that kind of fits into that, makes her own story. But we've seen the Black Widows, we've seen this some of the other stuff that has come out, and it really hasn't accentuated the car side of things. And that, I think, is kind of unfortunate, because I do love the Black Widow stories. I do love some of the stuff I think Charlize Theron did. It was one of my favorite movies. It had some of the other stuff, but it didn't really kind of sing to the car thing. This gentleman aspect of being able to walk out, get into a really cool car, have a really dialed in, tailored suit, and putting your best foot forward. That's just kind of something that didn't happen in, can't remember that other spy movie. The one with, it was the UK one or whatever. The guys were all named after royalty or whatnot, like Lancelot and that one. Man, that's going to bug me now because I can't remember the name of it. But that was a movie, like I said, that movie just, it really accentuated to the suits and the other stuff, but it didn't really cater to cars. And I think that's kind of I don't know, like, you want to see more cars in more movies. And I know at least I do. I hope you guys do. I don't think you'd be on this channel if you wanted to see something for the wrong reasons. But I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, so moving forward, like I said, that's enough for the Bond stuff today. Go watch the movie. Go enjoy the cars. Look forward to hopefully something, else in the future coming from Bond, and definitely being some sort of Bond car thing, I hope. And I hope we're going to see, like I said, just with the car stuff, there's some stuff out there I think that's going to come out of this. And, going to your local Aston Martin dealership and seeing somebody, bring out the DBs, or, maybe one of you guys picking up something and saying, hey, this is the next car. We see so many people today not just buying cars. Like, a lot of times you'd see a DB5, it would come in, it would be on the block, and it would disappear. And I'm sure that's kind of the scene. I haven't seen a lot of stuff out there, but I see a lot of the guys with the old 300 SLs driving them out to car shows, showing them off, the luggage, oh yeah, there's just something perfect, like an old wine, when these things pull up, that just, yeah, it's piece of art and history that are so important. So now we're in a world where people can buy some of these cars, and they actually, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody took that Land Rover Defender, the Bond 7, took that thing out, took it for a ride, and cruised around with it. So keep your eyes out for that. So yeah, this is the new face. I'm hoping to have this stuff up on, I think it's the iTunes store or podcast or Spotify or all those different places. We're going to have, this is going to be something we're going to do over and over again. I want to have guests in the house. We're going to have people on like Zoom meetings and stuff like that, so we can talk to them. Hopefully have somebody in the studio. I've been doing stuff a little bit earlier, and that thing is my producer right now is not available, but they will be available later. But yeah, like I said, I didn't want to wait around. I want to get things running and put it out to you. So hit like and subscribe. If you're out there on whatever these other things, likes, follows, whatever you get, we do appreciate it. We're going to have more stuff from you. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I got about a minute here to go before we end up. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for all those guys, the people out there that have invited us to events, allowed us to live stream. You're going to see a lot more, I guess, performance luxury is kind of what we've been put on here. But the thing is I don't want to forget the old stuff. I don't want to forget some of the custom stuff, the kit cars, all those crazy things that have made us big. We are not going to forget you. We're going to be down. We're going to be following you. And I hope you guys are going to be following us. So, yeah, hit all those buttons. Do what you need to do. This has been Primo. Very excited to start this new world with the Society. And I hope you guys will join it with us. So thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time on Carside Chat.